Hello, Melvin. How you doing? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your work. I read your written rationale. That makes good sense. So good job there. That was. Let's go ahead and open that up. Here it is. Sorry about that. Okay. Decided to use a word mark I thought would go great with a logo. That's smart. I think it's smart to try to keep things on the same kind of visual, using the same kind of visual language. So in developing your word mark and looking at your logo, I think that's a good approach to maintain consistency and harmony throughout the logo and the word mark in the case that the branding package uses both at any one time. And it is a branding package too, Melvin. So you're doing smart things here, looking at the work you've already created and using that as a basis for the work that you are going to create, or in this case, the work that you have developed for the word mark. And I recommend doing the same thing moving forward to the monogram. Now, that brings up a kind of a little issue here. Is that here's the thing: this is a word mark, right? But it also kind of doubles as a monogram because of the big M. All right. So my question or my comment is, when you move forward to the monogram design, which comes next week, how are you going to address that with the fact that you've used this big M here? Are you going to use the same M for the monogram, or MP? That's another option, is use this M with a big P next to it for Monitor Publishing. So I just want to get you geared up for that, thinking along those lines. The word mark itself right now, I've got a couple of suggestions. I'm not crazy about the big M with a little initar, because it does look like that. I mean, when the viewer looks at this, they see initar and don't really make that connection that is the beginning of the word. So this is confusing, and it could potentially cause confusion to the viewer. So I think that's a problem. I would do one of two things. Basically, what I would do here is I would reduce the size of that M and place it before here, then place the M there and the initar there. Okay, or just create the word minotaur using this typeface. Okay, so you're not mixing these two typefaces. I think it's a little problematic because of the fact that initar isn't a word. It just kind of leaves a big question mark. The next thing is that this typeface that you're using has these open counters, so we can see through those open counters of the typeface. And I don't think that's a great situation to be in either, because it creates some inconsistency, specifically here where all of these lines converge on the A. This line here meeting up with the vertical stem of that cap U is making that stroke much thicker, so there's another inconsistency there. So my recommendation, if you want to stay with this configuration, is just keep the big M and take that initar and move it down and place it under the big M so that there's no mistake. Another option, if you want to keep this configured, keep this setup, is take the M and then create the M in this typeface and put it before the initar, so you have M here and then minotaur underneath with the M. Okay, but as I said, you're free to explore any other solution, but my whole thing is that this word initar is not recognizable, and I think it could cause some potential confusion to the viewer. Okay, so those are my recommendations. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you very much.